All right, what's up, everybody? I'm Austin with Too Good Music, and I am so excited to be with pop superstar Jordy. How's it
What's
going,
up?
man?
Thank you for having me, Austin.
Yeah, of course, man. You've got a lot going on. You've got the new single. You're on MTV now. You're all over the place performing on the Tonight Show. So let's dive in. What was it about music that you were so drawn to growing up?
I mean, I've been like a pop music freak like ever since I was a kid. Like there's so many home videos of me with like my big like headphones that my mom would bring to the beach and like she'd be blasting like Spice Girls, Britney. But I think as I got older, I also was just like so drawn to artists like using their music and using their platforms to express vulnerability. As like a kid, I was always like really searching for vulnerability and honesty in music, and I was like the middle child, so I always wanted to be the center of attention. But I think when I turned like 19 or 20, I was just like, I feel like I'm ready to put some like original music behind the name, and that's kind of where it all started.
Now you recently crossed 100 million streams across platforms. Does that even feel real?
It's really hard to feel the number. I'm so proud. Like it feels crazy, but I feel like it's not going to be until like after COVID when like we're doing shows again. That's like the moment where I'm like, oh, like these are real people streaming the songs, and that's really cool.
What was that first moment for you when you were performing a song and you like had people singing back the lyrics that you had written? Like, what was that feeling like?
Oh my God. Yeah. My first show in LA was at the Peppermint Club. Everybody was singing. It was a lot of friends and like people who were just like there to support me. But like there were a couple of fans like singing too. And like that was just like crazy. And when I went to New York, that was like a real moment for me where I was like, oh, like the music is actually like really reaching people.
Oh yeah. And then to go from that, performing at your first kind of show at the Peppermint Club and everything like that to, performing on Jimmy Fallon. What was that feeling like? And like, did you get to meet Jimmy?
No, it was crazy. My good friend Emma had done the segment before. She put my name in, sent in like an audition video. They were like, come do the show, like come do the segment. And like I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. I was doubting myself. And like, my manager Corey, like Corey was
Yeah.
just like, he was like, you're doing it. Oh, like you are doing this. I mean, like the whole thing was nuts and it felt crazy to be at 30 Rock. And I was able to talk to Jimmy like at the end and he was so nice.
When you do something like that on a national platform like that and you garner a lot of new fans, and you kind of tell that you're gaining those fans from that performance.
There was definitely a bunch of people who reached out and it was awesome. And just like thinking about like how many people were like half asleep, like watching me sing about having a wedgie in my ski pants, like brings me a lot of joy.
And so the long distance, what's the story behind it? Is it based off a true story?
She's true. My songs are usually like really on the nose, very honest, because like I actually literally like I met someone like on like Instagram and like it moved really quickly. And I bought a flight like only knowing him for like a week and a half. Like
Oh
it
my
was like
God.
really quick. It's just funny because when I was writing it, I was like, people are gonna think I'm insane. And then I posted it and I'm getting like thousands of comments of people being like, I literally did this too. Like I'm like I'm like a helpless romantic and like we had a really great connection and like the visit was like amazing and it created this awesome song that I'm so happy is out now.
How is it different when you're writing for your own project versus, co-writing?
When I'm writing for my own project, I'm usually co-writing as well. I feel like I'll always come in with a concept. And so, yeah, no, for me, like in sessions, like I'm an open book. I will spill out like my like childhood trauma on somebody I met like 30 minutes ago. When I'm co-writing for someone else's project, I'm kind of like therapist, like listener, like let them like say their piece and let me like jot down all of these things that they're saying. Vincent put out a song that we wrote together on his last EP and like seeing him play that like to a packed troubadour, such a cool moment as a songwriter to see that. I love both experiences fulfill me and spark great joy for me.
How has technology and social media and stuff made it easier to be an artist nowadays? And also, has it made it harder?
I think easier because it's just like, like TikTok is like free promo. If it wasn't for voice memos, like, oh my God, like technology is so important to me every single day. I think when it comes to like what's the hardest part, I think it's probably like the mental health aspect of it. I feel like our minds are always working. It's so easy for me to like be like attached to all the apps at night, like after I'm done working and like when I wake up in the morning, and it's just like it's really important to like take that step back when you can. It's very much like this balance.
Yeah, and so in those moments and stuff when you are kind of not writing music, kind of detaching yourself from social media, what are kind of the things that you like to do as, maybe self-care or just like, your own personal interest?
I mean, I love to cook sesame like Thai like peanut noodle salad. Love baking banana bread, and then also like I make a really good chicken parm, like chicken parm. Yeah, I don't know. Like love to cook, love to bake. I love hiking, and that's why living in LA is nice.
Question I ask every interview is, if you could only listen to 5 artists the rest of your life, who would they be?
Oh, oh God. Okay.
What do you got?
Frank Ocean,
Great one.
Julia Michaels, Lauv. He's huge inspo, obviously. Oh my God. How do I I have the pop stuff. Let's do a little Leanne LaHavas. Really love her. All right, I mean Avril Lavigne. We're just throwing in Avril because I can't live without her. That's my eclectic five.
Hey, I mean, it's got to be eclectic. You're listening to the rest of your life, so you want people that have quality and quantity, because you got to have a large catalog to kind of sustain you. What would be the like pinnacle of a performance stage for you?
So I grew up outside of Chicago, so I'm like waiting for the like Lollapalooza like festival moment. Oof, that like 6:30 p.m., 7 p.m. slot. I don't like,
You get a nice sunset coming down.
like that's like the moment. Like that's like a moment that will be really crazy for me.
And to just wrap up, what's the rest of 2021 look like for Jordy?
Long distance and all of these songs are a part of an EP, so we're gonna get that project out, and then probably just continue to release and write and release and write. And, that's really my big thing, is like over the years, my biggest goal is always to be as consistent as possible. And so, I'm just ready to keep releasing, that's always the plan.
Yeah. How many songs are you sitting on right now?
In my Dropbox, there's hundreds of songs.
When you're going through those, like, hundreds of Dropboxes, is there something that you're looking for in a song that really sticks out?
Listening for those like honest moments and like vulnerable moments. And it's like, if I keep going back to listen to the demo, it's like I feel like there's something special there.
All right, hell yeah. Jordy, thank you so much for taking the time today. It was a blast. Everyone, the song is called Long Distance. Check it out.
Thank you, dude. We'll talk soon.
Yes, definitely.
See you, friend.